Fanfiction featuring Draco Malfoy, Hermione Granger. This did not mean that she liked him, or that she forgave him, or really wanted to live with him in the same castle. But Slughorn's second resignation was more a necessity than a voluntary decision. Hermione wanted someone exceptional in this place more than she liked someone. Strictly 18+. It's completely unacceptable for Draco Malfoy to give damn Hermione Granger the impression that he's not the best lover she's lucky enough to find. Hermione, in turn, is just glad that she can get some quick orgasms that help her relieve stress. Unbeknownst to her, her quick, stress-relieving bonds with the Malfoy heir will cause such a shock to his fragile male ego. The war is over. It would seem that you can live on. But everything changes the artifact that Narcissa Malfoy brings to Harry Potter before Christmas. Draco is trying to master the new boundaries of their sweet deal, and Hermione is full of surprises. Part 3 of the Sugar Bowl series. Make sure you read the first 2 parts. After the time flywheel breaks, Draco moves uncontrollably through time. He learns that he is married to Hermione in the future. At first, this news terrifies him, but learning what she has become, he decides by all means to achieve her in the present. 3 years after graduating from Hogwarts, Hermione is at the forefront of her field and must present the revolutionary potion at the World Conference in Paris. When her life is threatened by a radical wolf pack, she is assigned a guard for a week. By the will of fate, her bodyguard is the same man who was her first love. Everything will be fine, Malfoy. Don't give in to them, Blaise says, babbling, clapping his friend on the shoulder. Damn mudblood. She managed to cope with my feelings. Damn mudblood, Draco said, louder and louder. When it hurts so much, something is needed, you are desperate. Wait for the day of fertility, and go to the dance. Quote. Hermione and Draco could have had normal adolescence, secret kissing and hand-to-hand walks. She would still not like Quidditch, and came to the stands with a certain sense of shame, while her heart ached for the Slytherin seeker. But Voldemort is back, and they are on opposite sides of this war. He will no longer feel the warmth of her palms. She will no longer hide on his shoulder. And who will they be to each other 19 years after the end of the war on Platform 9 3/4? Enemies? Just strangers or one whole? Hermione, her friend sighed sharply and turned the book over to see it from all sides. Why is my name on it? As I said, someone writes books about us. The movie we just watched was based on this one. Hermione tapped her finger on the cover of the first book in the pile. ******* When Hermione and Draco discover the movie, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, they realize that the wizarding world is not as well hidden as they think. It would be better if you died than Dumbledore. She lowers her wand and straightens her shoulders. I'm already ready to hear my verdict, but I pray, don't do this, Granger. Get out, Malfoy. I don't want to see you. These words cut no worse than a knife. Everything inside squeezes, and in response, I just nod restrainedly and Apara straight to the manor, where death itself has long settled. For Draco Malfoy, only work has value, and everything else is boring and predictable. But the next murder case will turn his life upside down. After all, a new employee will join the investigation. A world in which each book is a separate world, in which all characters play their roles, but as soon as they stop reading the book, they live as they want. Believe in fate or not, now I know what love is only thanks to you. And even if they torment me for it, I will always be true to your feelings. And let everything burn with fire. But we will save our future, this whole rotting world. Only you and me. But what if, in addition to the prophecy, one cannot live while the other lives, there is another one that is equally capable of influencing the story of the ending? Have you ever fooled yourself for over 7 years? And she is. And this deception cost her too much. Could she have thought that life would turn out this way? No. However, fate has its own plans for her. And her name is Pansy Parkinson. Gryffindor is a bunch of self-confident cretins who, out of some fright, suddenly decided that they were the chosen ones of the entire faculty. Really? And judging by your faculty, then you are a bunch of slippery creatures who are ready to stick a knife in the back of their comrade at any second. Hermione Granger wanted to lose control. And Draco Malfoy wanted to take him. The story of the rescue of 2 Gryffindor beauties by Slytherin youths. No, it can't be. No, she moaned, her brain refusing to accept what she heard. No, Draco, I love you. Love does not exist, you fool. Malfoy laughed mockingly, and Blaise grabbed her in his arms. Hermione learns from her own bitter experience that alcohol is a terrible defense mechanism when you wake up in Draco Malfoy's house after a night of drinking. Now she is stuck on his private island and must find her way home, and figure out how she got there. Investigating the mysteries of strange corpses unites wizards and muggles, reveals the secrets of the past of each of the heroes and gives love. And only Harry Potter remains in his repertoire. In October 1981, Lord Voldemort killed Harry Potter. Now he rules with an iron fist, demanding sacrifice and obedience from purebloods, slaying and enslaving Muggle-borns. Draco plays this game of keeping his head down and doing his best to protect his friends and family. But he goes to the limit. This is a story about how events could develop if someone dared to take responsibility, and not wait until the chosen one saves everyone, sitting quietly in the corners. How one decision can lead to a whole tangle of consequences. The story about the brightest witch of the century, Hermione Granger. And Dramione, of course. For the eyes of Hermione Malfoy was considered an unhappy woman devoid of male love and affection. The talkative aristocrats curled their lips as they watched as a tall, fair-haired man with an icy, cold gaze stood indifferently beside his wife, keeping a decent distance. He did not whisper sweet nonsense in her ear, did not hold her to his wide chest in front of everyone, did not play a jealous person. And for the bored, fabulously rich women in pearls, everything seemed pretty obvious. Draco Malfoy did not love his wife. An orphan, an accidental hero, a Horcrux, the death of the Dark Lord, a voluntary sacrifice and a restless soul who desired what the previous world could not give. Of the two options, take the King's Cross train or return, he chose the third, and went into the whitish haze of uncertainty. The road to nowhere turned into difficult ordeals, endless expanses, incomprehensible local and hazy prophetic speeches that set the teeth on edge. The stranger wanted peace and oblivion. I got it again in full, but I could not give up fate. The dark side has won the battle, and the Malfoy family is in a bad position due to the Dark Lord's betrayal. Hermione Granger is captured, naively believing that she can quickly die. Voldemort decides to give it to Bellatrix Lestrange, but changes his mind at the last moment. The prisoner finds herself in the house of an old enemy, not understanding how he succeeded and why. Why the fuck did they even think we needed this extra fucking year? With a sigh, Pansy descended onto the sofa, refilling our glasses. They think that those who participated in the war are dangerous for them, Pants, and I looked up at her in amazement. And she quickly continued, my father somehow overheard such a conversation at the ministry. They want to control the main participants, because we are strong wizards. When she finished, she sank into the chair opposite, and drained her glass in one gulp. Are you continuing to work on your research, or are you giving up like an ordinary weakling? It was a challenge. An obvious attempt to take Hermione weak. She was glad she understood this. But I was not at all happy that I was ready to accept this challenge. She really wanted to see it through. Plus, she couldn't give up. Not in front of Malfoy. Only not in front of a man who considers all Muggleborns to be second class. ****** Granger was his last hope. He felt something akin to pity for the woman in front of him. And while this worried Draco immensely, what annoyed him most was that someone or something had broken the spirit of Hermione Granger beyond recognition. And Hermione isn't that Muggle-born. Voldemort, family secrets, first love, the 6th year at Hogwarts will be truly unexplored and exciting. What makes a villain truly great? Firstly, the voice should sound distinct, and when you speak, no one should have doubts about who is in charge here. Second, the villain must have a sense of style. His suit must be flawless, and the toes of his shoes sharp as his mind. And most importantly, you should always be one step ahead of your opponent.